Constitution Act of 1963 was the official name for the 16th Amendment of Indian Constitution. On October 5, 1963, the 16th Amendment came into effect. This amendment was enacted by the Parliament in the 14th year of the Republic of India. The Indian Constitution's Article 19 has undergone a change to many of its provisions thanks to the 16th Amendment. The primary objective of 16th Amendment to the Constitution of India was to preserve the nation's integrity and sovereignty. In order to stop any action that would jeopardize the integrity of the country, it put a few extra restrictions on Indian citizens' fundamental right to speech and expression. It emphasizes that any form of social group must be established legally and democratically in order to safeguard India's sovereignty and integrity at any and all costs. It also requires the same of public officials who must uphold it when swearing an oath to government before accepting responsibilities. It is important to remember that India's three constitutional positions come in the form of oath or affirmation, exclusively in respective articles of oath in the Indian Constitution: the President, the Vice President, and the Governor. The objects and reasons. The Committee on National Integration and Regionalism of the National Integration Council recommended amending Article 19 of the Constitution. Article 19 of the Constitution should be amended in order to make adequate powers available for safeguarding and to upkeep of the integrity and sovereignty of the Union. The committee further thought that each candidate for a seat in a state legislature or parliament, as well as each candidate for a holder of public office, should swear to respect the Constitution and to safeguard the integrity and sovereignty of the Union. Additionally, it is recommended that the oath forms in the third schedule of Constitution should be appropriately modified for the purpose. In order to give effect to these suggestions, Clause 2, 3 and 4 of Article 19 are being altered. This will allow the state to enact laws that, in the interests of India's sovereignty and integrity, impose reasonable limitation on the exercise of the rights granted by subclause A, B, C of the Article's Clause 1. Additionally, it is proposed to amend Articles 84 and 173 as well as the forms of oath in the third schedule of the Constitution to require that all candidates for membership in Parliament or state legislature, as well as union and state ministers, members of Parliament and state legislature, judges of Supreme Court and High Courts, and the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, take an oath to uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India. Major provisions. Section 2 amends clauses 2, 3 and 4 of Article 19. This was done to enable the state to make laws that, in the interest of the sovereignty and integrity of India, place reasonable restriction on the enjoyment of the rights conferred by subclause A, B and C of Clause 1 of the article. Article 84 and 173 were amended to provide that every candidate for the membership of Parliament or state legislature, union and state minister, judges of Supreme Court and High Court, and the Comptroller and Auditor General of India should swear an oath to uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India. The forms of oath in the third schedule are amended. Conclusion. The 16th Amendment of Indian Constitution included two provisions. First, the amendment of the article was done to give state more ability to restrict people's freedom of expression. It forbids any form of expressing anything that would endanger India's integrity. Second, to establish associations in support of India's sovereignty and integrity. ये था 16th Amendment. अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आए तो इसे लाइक करें, कमेंट में अपना रिव्यू दें और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को शेयर करें ताकि हर कोई लीगली अवेयर रहे. And for more legal updates, subscribe India Legal.